And howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. And welcome back to Stargate Outpost.
Yes.
We got round 3 of our best and favorite moments today.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are 3 mainline, at least.
Yeah.
Stargate TV shows. The other 2 we're going to get over and get onto eventually. Sooner than later, of course. But yeah, well, let's finish this out. We've got Stargate Universe's best moments, favorite moments, scenes, essentially.
Yeah.
Of, I think, 12 separate characters, 13 including Volker and Brody together. So, howdy. Howdy's all around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how are you, Sarah? Week going all right?
Yeah, cool. Doing all right. This was the hardest of the 3 to do, I think.
Yes, very much so. How's Jay coping? Did the Man United lose? What happened? What happened? Or Stargate Universe? Yeah. But currently, no other news on these shows. Sadly,
yeah.
Just waiting on updates as always. Fingers crossed. All of my fingers crossed. My toes are crossed. My arms are crossed. Everything. But what we do have is Stargate Universe. How should we start this thing off? We've done 2 of these already. A lot of SG1, a lot of SGA.
Yeah.
Here we are with SGU. More characters than we've done before. Where do we start? Because this one was more, like you just said, it was more difficult realistically.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of more like little moments than one big thing for each character. So we'll do our best.
We will. And like we were just saying behind the scenes for a minute, it's a lot more soap opera based. There's a lot more character development rather than story development, even though they all correlate and coincide. But it's a lot more soapy than the other 2 at times.
For sure. Yep.
So where should we start?
I think maybe the smaller, the more minorish characters we have on the list, like Brody and Volker. That's our weakest one, I think.
Who should start us off? I had all the scenes with the stupid stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a couple Sandstone scenes I did write down, which I was surprised about.
Yeah. Well, Brody and Volker, I didn't really have a lot. They just kind of are sprinkled in and have good little moments. I mean, it's kind of cute that Volker has a crush on Park or whatever, but they never really do anything with it. And yeah, I mean, there's the whole thing where Volker has to have a kidney transplant and all that. But
that's actually a good scene
moment. But that's probably like the most attention he gets in the show. I just kind of like that they're kind of there and they're always kind of playing off each other. They're kind of the comic relief that they sprinkle in there.
Yeah.
More second season than first, but yeah.
particularly so. They turn into what we just wrote down as Zelenka squared, because they just feel like two Zelenkas just riding around Destiny. That or because they're not Dr. Bill Lee. They're not that kind of quirky and that.
No.
Zelenka gets more serious more often. I feel like they're just that doubled up on the Destiny, which is fun, especially because you've got Rodney McKay times 2 with Rush's ego and everything, which is so fun to watch. So fun to watch. Because I didn't write anything down for either one of those. Volker and Brady. I saw Zelenka down there and was putting different letters with each other. They're so good, but like you said, they're just not. There's not those specific moments, and I guess we wrote Volker and Brody together, so I didn't write down like taking the kidney out or anything like that, because there's just not many. I just want a season 3 anyway. Anyway. After that, you want to go to James Park? Any other particulars?
Sure. I'll do James. There's that one episode where they get infected with that tick. They all get a tick that gives them gives them hallucinations and whatever, like the bug lives off of the hormones or whatever that are produced doing that. Where she thinks she's killed Scott. Like she has this vision of them together, and then they fight and she kills him, or at least she thinks she does. That's a good scene.
That's a great one.
That's probably the favorite. I mean, that's where we get to really see her the most. There's another little funny moment in the episode called Space, where let's see if I can find sorry guys, I gotta flip through my notes here.
And this one would be the best one. The last one would be your favorite.
Maybe that's more. Yeah, I think that's a best. This one, I'll say that's best, and this is favorite. It could switch either way, really. But she's standing there with Eli and Chloe, and she starts going off on how Dr. Kane is like would be a great catch and all this stuff, and he's like, I can hear you. So she's all embarrassed and everything because Dr. Kane's like listening to her going on about him like that. It was just funny. Anyway, those are just like moments. I mean, I tried to think of something else, but that worked. So hey.
That's a great one. My favorite is a little simple. I just love it when she's chosen for part of the team, but I love all the hunting Simeon down moments. And she gets a couple cool little things there before gets a nice little head bump, but those are just fun moments. I think her best moment, though, is when she's in the Seeing Stone. Don't kill me. But when she finds Amanda Perry's murdered in the Seeing Stones, after she's going to Amanda Perry to tell her after they found Jen murdered. And it's that kind of process of like, oh, I got to relay all this information. The Lucian Alliance is doing some crazy stuff right now, and we got to go get back to my main body. It's complicated, but I think it's one of the few times the Seeing Stones was used well.
Yeah,
because they work for the complicated things. When they just try to make a bunch of little soap opera-y kind of simple love triangle between Seeing Stones, give me the good stuff. And I felt like that was some of the good stuff. Thank you, Miss Lieutenant Vanessa James. Not a whole bunch of great scenes, but the ones that were there were excellent. Thank you. Did you want to go Dr. Park next?
Sure. She was another one that was a little bit hard, but I'll call this, I'm trying to decide if I want to call this a favorite or best. I guess I'll go with favorite. There's the episode where you were talking about Simeon when they go on the planet and Rush first goes there and Park is sitting there with a bomb on her back.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a real long scene, but just how scared she is. She does a good job with, how scared she is, and Rush is kind of like, I can't do it, and then he remembers like he has his glasses and figures it out. But yeah, I thought that was a good little scene for her. It was focused on, I'm gonna die, oh my god, anyway.
That one's a good one.
Yeah,
because I feel bad. I might choose that as a favorite, just second-handedly, because I literally just wrote down. I really do like when she's with Greer. I do. Out of all the soap opera kind of things going on, they eventually do get me with Greer and Park, because they're just they're the yin and yang that are totally opposites that just fit in some weird little way. They just work, and it's fun to see.
Yeah.
Quest, you're a man after my own heart right now. When Young punches Telford, the first guy, Telford answers the door. Young is in the airman's body. When Young leaves Rush in that crowd. Oh, actually, no, you're not. You're not. You're saying all the good Young things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest Young person. But those are our favorite Parks. What would you consider her best scene?
When she gets blinded, when Eli finally gets her, because she gets trapped in that room when they're going. Whatever was that? Oh, they had to go through that. What was it, like a supernova sun or something, or whatever that was? I forget what the sun was like. In a because the drones kept blocking them accessing, powering up with the suns, so they found that other like a star, a blue something star or whatever, and it like burned up a bunch of the ship and stuff.
Big old blue giant.
So she gets caught in that or whatever and goes blind, and when Eli finds her, and it's a good scene when she's all like, I can't see, and that's
legitimately sad.
Yeah.
Like it tugs at your heart, especially after all the Greer stuff. Those coincide just but, and like the bomb scene you talked about earlier, she's a minor character who gets tossed through it, a couple different times.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. That I wrote down for my best scene as well. I've just it's good. It's I wouldn't say on par with Daniel Jackson Ascending or anything like that, but I think it's more of the for a show with only 2 seasons that tend to have more heavy emotional moments throughout them. It's one of the harder hitting, I feel like, emotional moments in the show, which it's just good to have, honestly. Wasn't there a breach in the hull so the star leaks through? Yeah.
It was in the garden, whatever room. She was in there to try and save more of the plants because they had limited time. So she agreed to stay behind and do that, and then the ship locks down or whatever, and she gets stuck in there. Yeah.
There's no closing your eyes or anything there. It's just God. Oof. Space. A little treacherous. I wrote down the same thing. It's just so good. It's so good. I can't see. No. David, you got to keep the country with you a little bit, even if you're in a fun house.
Right.
It's always a jar.
Yeah.
But moving on here.
Yep.
What do you want to do next? You feeling a Greer, a Ray, Telford, Chloe, TJ, Scott? There are so many.
How about Ray?
Okay. Miss Camille Ray. Yeah, I was about to say she's on a doctor, or she's just Miss Camille Ray, or Mrs. One or the other. Favorite or best? Where should we go?
I'll go with best first.
Okay.
Which is the one when she switches bodies with Amanda. Is that the name of the doctor that's Rush's friend? Amanda, right? Yeah. When she switches bodies with her and is like in her paralyzed body, when Ray is in her paralyzed body and she's with her girlfriend, and just how there's a scene where she like really freaks out because her girlfriend leaves to go get groceries and she's stuck in this body and she can't, I think she does a really good job of like, being a paralyzed person, like having to, because she had to live in her body for like several weeks, I think, wasn't it? A couple of weeks or something like that. While Amanda was on the ship helping with figuring out, I think they were trying to figure out the master code or whatever it was at the time.
Master code. I don't know if it was days at the least.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty good how she had to portray that.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I did something similar, I guess. It's another one of the frickin' Seeing Stones. Surprise, surprise. So honestly, it's shocking. There are a couple really good moments. Is when she sees the beach when she's in the Seeing Stones, and she has to grapple with not being able to be near her wife, not being on Earth anymore.
Right.
Trying to find her. Camille had newfound respect for her pain in a huge way.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And it's just those moments were really good. I some great acting.
Yeah, I think that was the first time she goes to visit her, where she sees the painting. I don't know. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, but yeah, I actually had made a note of that scene. I think of where she sees the picture and is like, kind of, how did
just
I
has a little breakdown for a moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Melvin, when Camille Ray died. Oh no, wait, that was wishful thinking. Didn't Ray forget the sail was blue or something? She forgot like a rowboat in the painting, I believe.
Yeah, there was a rowboat in it that she had missed because they show her, I think, at the beginning of the episode, like redrawing that painting with no boat, and then she saw it and was like, "How did I forget the boat?" Anyway.
Yeah, it's
like she was forgetting things about her life on Earth or whatever, and it like all hit her at once or something. Yeah,
it's saying melancholic.
Yep.
Okay, so that was our best scenes for Miss Camille Ray. Mrs. Camille Ray, excuse me. What would be your favorite?
My favorite is the episode Alliances. It's the one where it's a Stones episode again, where they travel back to the Pentagon. Is it her and Greer that travels with her? And the Lucian Alliance bombs the Pentagon, and they get stuck like under the debris of the building that fell on them, and they got to defuse that bomb, like using the stones and what's his name? I should remember his name. The Lucian Alliance guy.
Oh, Varro.
Varro. Yeah, like he has to tell him how to defuse the bomb because it's like you have to do it by feel and all that stuff. I think that's my favorite Ray, and then they all get irradiated, and basically the people that own those bodies are going to be dead when they switch back, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. That there are Seeing Stones have some great moments. Just the vast majority.
Yeah.
And that's a much better favorite than I chose. I think I kind of my dislike for Colonel Young's character was kind of going across my little whiteboard when I was writing things. Oops. Because whenever they have the hearing for Everett Young, I love how intense she goes in on. I'm like, come on! I guess we're in a courtroom drama. Here we are.
Yeah.
So that was my
favorite. No, that scene definitely like made my list.
Well, it's. I wouldn't say scary, but she shows that. All right. Well, I see why she led the community that populated the 20,000 years of that galaxy over there. Because it made sense that she would lead, particularly after that scene. It's almost it feels like she turned into her own Elizabeth Weir in a way. She's like, all right, the people's person is in charge now. Which is good. after that, you want to go to a Greer or a Telford or a TJ, maybe?
Your choice.
Let's do TJ.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite scene for TJ?
My favorite is when she gets shot during that Lucian Alliance invasion thing, and then her baby gets shot and basically dies, but she has a vision of the people that they left behind on that planet builders planet or whatever it was, and her baby is there and they're all there and everything's going great and wonderful, and they're building this community, and she gets to hold her baby and it's kind of all this beautiful thing, and then you come back to reality and her baby actually died. But when she was having the vision, or I don't know if they're clear on if it's the planet builders that give her that vision or whatever it is.
It's
her own brain, you don't really know.
Yeah.
But there's this lights in the sky she sees in her vision, and then at the end of the episode, she's standing on the observation deck on the Destiny, and she sees that same lights in the sky things that she saw in her vision. So she feels like, okay, my baby is there with them, and everything's great. Or not great, but
alive.
Yeah, like in a better place or whatever. I think I like that moment.
Which I wrote down for my favorite as well. She has there's religious implications there. There's sci-fi as can be implications there. The planet builders just being alluded to in that sense.
Yeah,
like we were talking about beforehand, I almost didn't choose that moment just because even though it is super TJ centric, it kind of feels more like it's overarching for the show in a way. So I didn't even almost think about it. But it's TJ centric. It's very revolving around her character and her baby. But yeah, I love the character of TJ. They just don't write anything exciting for her and just talk about somebody that they put through the ringer. TJ is put through the ringer again and again. But yeah, I'd say this is my favorite moment and her best moment. I'd say a good moment in general. Sorry, I didn't say best. I meant favorite. I think her best moment, which if you want to go ahead and go over to, is her finding about her ALS. She figures out she has ALS. She starts grappling with that and what the hell can I do in space about this disease?
Right. And then to know there is a cure in that Novus database that they don't get because the planet, whatever. Which sucks. Yeah.
Put her through the ringer again and again.
Yep. So it would have been interesting to see what they did with that in the future. I think they would have figured out a cure or something probably down the road if it went on. But anyway.
That and she's another character where I feel like season 3 would have done some really good, a lot of really good. Her and Varro were fun, a lot better than Young. Yeah, I don't know. There's TJ's one of those characters that is well written and also just not. She's a good person, but just not a lovable human being sometimes, I guess. And it's just the way she's written. But you feel bad for her. I don't know. I think that encapsulates it. I'm just trying to think of there's just not really anything exciting about it. There's nothing that is like.
Yeah, she's good. She's the doctor, basically.
Yeah.
The nurse doctor. What did I say that was my best moment or my favorite? I don't remember. What did I just say first?
Favorite for her was I don't think you said best yet. We only said favorite.
We were doing favorite, yeah. Okay.
So what would be your best moment for her?
Well, I picked for a best moment. I don't know if you remember the episode. It's called Aftermath, where the shuttle crashes on that planet, and Riley gets trapped under the wreckage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Young, anyway, that will bring up what Young has to do there later, maybe. But just it's a good thing how TJ has to, is sitting there with him and they're trying to figure out how to get him out, and they realize that he's crushed and there's nothing they can really do because if they lift the wreckage off, he's probably just going to bleed out. And yeah, anyway, Riley dies in that episode, but the way she cares for him and talks to him and stuff is really good. So.
No, that's a really great character moment for her. That's a great choice.
Mm-hmm.
She is quite dull, but that doesn't mean I didn't feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
She brought humanity to the crew when they didn't like to show each other humanity a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's very necessary for the show, but I agree. I do find her quite dull. But moments like that are when she shines. When she gets to help people like that, or is just going through something with herself. Because damn, again, they put her through the ringer just a little bit. Past TJ, who are you feeling?
How about Greer?
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Favorite or best? What are we feeling?
I'll go favorite first.
Cool.
And it's episode Visitation. It's the one where Chloe is getting close to turning into a Nakai. What do they call it again? I have to Nakai, yeah. And basically Greer and Chloe have this conversation where he's like, yeah, basically Young or whoever said I have to kill you once you like fully turn over to the thing, and he was like, I want to be the person to do it and not just have anybody doing it. And she basically, they kind of have a real heartfelt conversation about her turning and what he's going to have to do about it. And Chloe basically like agrees that, hey, if I got to be killed, I would like you to be the person to do it. And yeah, so it's kind of like a touching moment. And they kind of talk a little bit about her relationship with Scott and how she kind of needs to maybe end that since she's going to be getting killed soon or whatever. Of course, they end up making a deal and the Nakai take her back and fix her or whatever. But it was just a good scene.
It's again, they get into some deep stuff. Like it's pretty deep. Stanley's brings up a point here. Unfortunately, most of the characters in SGU are okay, and there are not many amazing characters.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
There aren't many, I think, because it's such a larger main cast, but the ancillary cast does have a few amazing moments. Yeah, Greer was a good soldier the whole time.
Yeah.
Too good of a soldier occasionally, but yes,
yeah. We had some issues at first, but worked him out, I guess, because later on, then he's just seems like a really good guy.
Well,
as you learn more about him.
Park helped him work out a lot of things too, which was really good.
Hello.
And I did cheat just a little bit here. My favorite is the same as my best, so we can kind of jump into the best pretty easily here. But again, Greer has some good heavyweight moments acting-wise, and I think my favorite and his best moment is whenever Dr. Park becomes blind.
Yes.
And you just get to see he's totally there for her, and he's going to remain there for her. But you see how much he struggles with that. He's like, should I just wait? Like all this stuff with Chloe's gone on, and he's like, should I leave this? What would be best for her? What would be best for me? What would be best for the situation in general? Screw it all. I'm staying with you, and I'm gonna be here for you, which is not even do in a situation like that. But Greer was 99% angry all the time, as far as I can remember, except for these nice moments like this. There are a couple real nice ones, and that was a good one. That was a sweet one. It's a standout. Greer was like everyone's overprotective older brother. Very much so.
He was. Especially at first, he was kind of a troublemaker, but he worked whatever it is. He worked it out. It turned out to be like a favorite. Well, I don't know. Is he one of the favorite characters? Probably overall.
Overall, for me, Rush is just by and far my favorite. I feel like.
Oh,
and then it just It could go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What would you say is Greer's best scene?
Well, I think there's episode where they go into those underground tunnels and there's a collapse and Greer gets caught in it, and basically Scott, Chloe, and Eli end up having to leave him to get through the gate and get back to the ship. Was it? Oh no, they didn't. They just didn't have enough time or whatever to dig him out, or they thought he was dead maybe or something. So Greer's kind of gets stranded on this planet by himself. He eventually, through the gates, makes his way back, but during those times when he's kind of buried under the rubble and coming to and digging himself out, we get these flashbacks of his childhood and how he had kind of this abusive father that really kind of had mental health issues from Vietnam. And so we kind of get to see what sort of drives his behavior and why he is the way he is. And I just think it's really good insight into him as a person and character.
It does it in a way that doesn't make excuses for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, this guy's been through a bunch of stuff and he reacts to the world in a way he finds suitable based upon what happened to him. That doesn't mean it's the right way to react to the world most of the time. Mm-mm. But that's what people like Park are there for, and it works. Again, wasn't it Peter that said that a moment ago? There just weren't a whole bunch of amazing characters. Because I feel like there totally could have been with another season. Just the way they laid it out.
Yeah.
Especially with the I don't know if streamlining things a little bit more for the story rather than a little bit the soap opera aspect of it. I don't know if that would have helped move things even faster and get those characters to the character beats that they were at when we were about to get a season 3 or could have gotten a season 3. Greer was Amos before Amos. That's actually a really good comparison.
That's true. I love Amos.
He's similar to Lieutenant Ford from Atlantis, but he meets a woman and chills out rather than getting hooked on alien drugs. Both are very good comparisons. Amos is a good comparison. Both are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlisle and Train Spotting is amazing. Carlisle and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Greer's had the potential to be an amazing character. Had the potential to be an amazing character, grammar.
Right.
And just was almost there. I don't think he got there yet, but he's right next door. He was at the door knocking to become an amazing character.
Yeah, it feels like he was meant to be more of a background character and kind of worked himself more into being in the forefront. I mean, not a main, but yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it before. It's like he kind of took the role of maybe that Ford, or more like, oh my God, come on, Jason Momoa. Why am I blanking? Chewie, Mr.
Ronan Dax.
Ronan Dax. Oh my God, thank you. I was dying. I was like, no way.
I was distracted for a second, so I was like, okay. I watched that Chief movie, that Chief episode last night, so it's pretty good.
Is it just one episode out so far?
I don't know. I only watched one episode. I didn't look to see if there's more episodes out yet or not. Actually,
might have to as well.
Thank you. It is subtitled. They speak in whatever. I don't know what I should look up. I don't know what the language. If the language is Hawaiian or whatever the native language is, that's what they speak in the show. So it's all subtitled. Yeah.
I'm excited.
So they're really trying to keep it very, authentic.
I still haven't seen C, but I loved Frontier on Netflix that he did a while back. I love Jason Momoa's little pet projects. He does them well. They're cool. They could be way more expensive and way more elaborate, but he finds a way to do it with a good budget and a good just production team, and he manages it. But yeah, I feel like C sucks. It's so boring. No, I still got to
try watching it, and it didn't catch me. But now that I know Joe Flanagan and David Hewlett are also in it, I almost want to see it just to see them.
That's what does me. I'm like, I got to. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said those two because we can kind of rope it back in. He is kind of like Greer's, kind of like the Ronan Dex or the Ford, or even Teal'c, like light to a degree.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He definitely is that character.
Yeah, he's the badass fighter that needs to fight around, but he has a whole different reason for fighting than the other two. The other two have much more noble reasons and personal reasons.
Right.
He's only got personal reasons. And those personal reasons, he tries to do something noble with them instead, and not necessarily always goes about it in the most noble of ways, which is just good character depth. Very good. C was enjoyable, not amazing, but worth watching. Okay. Quest.
Gotta make the plug.
Always. Okay. Did we finish that one? You said your best, right?
Yeah, I said my favorite and best. Yes.
Yeah. No, not any Red Dwarf yet.
Or did I? Did I say two things about Greer? Yeah, I did. I'm trying to remember. Did I say anything?
I think you did, because that's what got us into like.
And then, well, I'd also written down. I don't know if I didn't talk about it, but maybe this is the third thing. I don't know. The episode Hope, where he donates his kidney to Volker.
Oh yeah. We were talking about that for the Volker stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Angry does a lot of things good for his people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got. I'd like to be buddies with Greer. I wouldn't want to be on his bad side. I'll tell you that.
No. Like that one episode, the Tick episode again, where he goes all paranoid.
Yeah. Oh. Then I'm going to be hiding in the air conditioning vent somewhere.
Yeah.
Run! I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But we can all agree Red Dwarf is amazing. I haven't seen it yet, but I will agree because everyone says so.
Yeah.
I don't know otherwise yet. It's only 36 a half hour. Watch it. Season 1 to 6. Okay. Wednesday, season 2, 4 episodes dropped today. I still haven't seen Sandman. 4 episodes. So many things.
Wednesday, yeah.
So many things to watch.
Moving
on, though.
Yes.
When we're talking about a good old Stargate universe, who are we feeling? We've done TJ. We've done Greer. We've done Ray, Park, James, Volker, and Brody. We haven't done Telford or Chloe or Scott. And those are probably our minors before we get to young Eli and Rush.
Yeah.
You want to do Telford, Chloe, Scott?
I'll go with Scott first, because that one I'm like, I don't know. Let's just get that one out of the way.
Favorite or best?
We'll do favorite first.
Okay.
This is really hard. Because Scott is just really, he's like the all-American boy, like through the whole show. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like
very much so.
Him and Chloe have a cute little relationship. He's just the nice guy who, like, I mean, he'll get in your face if he needs to, but he's more like takes the more kind of down to earth, hey, let's work things out approach. There's just, it's hard to come up with one particular. I mean, I guess if I have to come up with a favorite, maybe when he meets his son. I mean, of course, he doesn't get to meet his son as himself, but where he shows up to the ex-girlfriend's house or whatever, and like the little boy is there, and it's like, oh, this is my kid, you know, and how he has to grapple with, like, I have this kid I didn't know about, and now I don't get to see him or spend time with him, you know.
Probably
his
never will.
Mother is kind of living a lifestyle I'm not exactly loving, but there's nothing I can do about it. But he kind of does the right thing by having like his paychecks. He basically has her paychecks given to her because what's he going to do with them? So he's a good guy that way. That's like, oh, well, now that I know I have a son, I'm going to do something. I'm going to support this kid, even if I don't really agree with how he's being raised. I'll just do what I can, So that's kind of a favorite moment. It speaks a lot to who his character is, too.
It does.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I literally wrote for my favorite Scott. And not in the sense of Yeah. It's more like what you said. He's just that all-American boy that.
Yeah.
Whether he's the person I think on the ship I would want to just be buddies with more so than anybody else. Right. As a human being, I feel like he might be my favorite person on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's a scene from him that I'm just like, that's my favorite. I have a best one.
Right.
Ish. I guess I'm going to say ish on that.
Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to pick something.
Arnold. I think I have a 32-year-old son. I never found out for sure. I don't know if you're joking or not. But hey, one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Life's life, Maybe one day you'll get a knock on the front door. But unless you're with Seeing Stones, you could always go into space and just use some Seeing Stones. Isn't he cheating on Chloe at the start of the series? He wasn't dating Chloe at the start of the series.
No, they had had met.
It's more ambiguous.
Right. Like him and James were kind of like hooking up, but they give you the impression that she maybe wanted it to be more serious than it was.
Much more, just from the
And he was just, so they make him kind of a jerk there, but then they kind of change that because, I don't know. Because then he meets Chloe and it's like, oh, like he was like a player and she like was the right person to settle him or something. I don't know. But, that wasn't a great look for Scott, for sure. But
yeah, relationships are tricky, and that at least felt like a human moment. But again, it felt a little soapy. It was a little soapy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I'm serious. XM, I'm for real serious. I've been keeping an eye on it. Oh God, interesting. Wait for that knock on the front door. But I just, he's got some favorite moments. The thing that I kind of went to right there is I actually think I like his relationship with Lieutenant James more than Chloe, because he kind of keeps Chloe from being her own person a lot of the times, and is just like, oh yeah, let's just be lovey-dovey. Let's just be this kind of bland relationship.
Right.
We're going to be the couple of the ship because we're the young people walking around that can be the couple. Like, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. Eli and Jen did better than you in about 20 minutes. Like, sorry. Like,
yeah.
I feel like the James Scott relationship made more sense and would have made more sense in the long run if they would have played a little bit more on that, even though it would have felt a little soapy.
Yeah.
I may have preferred that. I don't necessarily have a outright favorite from him. He's just he's the all-American boy, He doesn't make the best decisions all the time, but he tries his best to make the best decisions as often as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we can ask for. And it's like, all right, that's all we get really as well. Chloe was Scott's damsel in distress. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you said the damsel in distress part about Chloe, because that might come up in a moment.
Yeah, she's a bit that, yeah.
The thing I consider best for Scott, though, Mr. Matthew Scott there, it's not necessarily a scene, but I think it's in the opening 3 episodes with Air, part 1, 2, 3, when Young is knocked out or unconscious, or most easily said, unable to lead throughout those 3 episodes for one reason or another.
Right.
Scott's in charge for the most part. And whenever he's in charge, Rush kind of tries to dismantle it a little bit. But realistically, Scott says, hell no, sit down, Rush. I'm in charge. I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do necessarily, because you're going to be the smartest one here, but
Right.
everybody else is going to be facilitated through me. And
Yes.
and Rush is agreeable. He's like, there's not much I can say. That's pretty agreeable. And if Young wasn't freaking young, we could have had Scott be a damn good leader and be Mr. All-American boy and be that level-headed guy that doesn't make the best decisions all the time, but tries to as often as possible, and does his best to as often as possible. And that, I think, would have led to a much more functional Destiny ship than freaking Everett Young. Anyway,
so Young had issues.
A lot of issues. And to I guess hop on top of that, little cherry on top within Air, is you see his committance to not just him getting home, but everybody getting home, everybody trying to find a way to work together by him going on that desert planet and saying, y'all go back, I'm doubling down and going forward. I'm going to find what we need to find to clear these vents so we can actually breathe. And he did. He's committed. That's where you get to see his commitments there.
Again, they have that ambiguous where the planet builders or something helping them out, because there was that little whirlwind or whatever that kind of
that's an alien
led them to the spot or whatever.
Well, that's another little alien species that they have to get off the ship in an episode or two.
Oh, right. But it's they kind of lead him to where, or maybe he just follow. Yeah, it's kind of really ambiguous, like what that little whirlwind thing was. If that was a sentient thing, or was it just those bugs looking for? He didn't find water. He was looking for the lime.
But whenever I guess they brought those bugs that were in the limestone or around the lime to the ship, that they were sentient because they fed off the water, right? Or was it? I think they fed off something. I remember something going on
with water. They were drinking because all the water was disappearing, and they were thinking that somebody was like stealing water,
over rationing.
But then they realized it was those bugs. And did they like kill a couple people, like attack people or something? I don't remember. Anyway,
I think they killed like one person.
Yeah, I think one person did get
limestone for the life support. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, but can't discount age experience. Right. You can when it's young, because it didn't help at all. I'd rather have brainwashed Telford.
Yeah. He kind of gets it. Well, I mean, anyway. Another Scott moment, I'm looking through my notes here that I have written down, is after Chloe's dad, Shooter McGavin, sacrifices himself for the ship. They have a little scene together where he's sort of comforting her after dad did what he did, and your dad is this great man for sacrificing his life so we get to all live, da 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 da. So it's a good little scene there. I think that might be what kind of brings them together as a couple too, like him kind of comforting her after that. I think that connects them.
Which I get it. But that early stuff is great. Telford finds new friends in space. That he does.
He does. That is going to come back around.
Well, if we're done with Scott, since we were just talking about her a bunch before we go to Telford, because we did mention him a couple of times as well.
Yeah.
But should we jump into Chloe?
Sure.
Favorite or best, you feel?
I'll do my best for her first, which is the episode Pain, where she gets infected with that tick and sees her dad. So she's sitting there in whatever that like bar or whatever it is on the ship. She's sitting there with him, talking with him, and she doesn't want to let go of that, because Eli finds her and basically says, hey, it's the tick is making you weird, see all this stuff. And Eli tries to get her to go to sick bay. And then I think he even goes and gets TJ or somebody to try and get her to go to sick bay to remove the tick. And she's like, no, I don't want to. I want to see my dad. I'm talking to my dad. it's not hurting anything. Just leave it alone. Let me, have this or whatever. And it's kind of sad and very kind of heart-wrenching. And she's like, they basically kind of have to almost force her to remove the tick because she doesn't want to lose her dad.
Yeah.
Again.
Talking about limestone, that's a way to get Lyme disease in a bad way.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah.
Wouldn't a Zat hit take off a tick? Maybe.
I forget. Did they use that venom from those creatures on that one planet or something? I don't remember. Yeah.
Not spiders, not scorpions, but whatever they were.
Mm-hmm. That was from the Time episode where they're in that time. Is it time? No, it's not Time. What is the name of that episode? Maybe it is. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, now I'm thinking, is the Time? I know there's all the bugs, but there's also like the dinosaurs that pop up at the end. That's a different episode, I believe.
Yeah, that's the episode where they're jumping, where Scott, Eli, and Chloe are jumping to different planets because they're trying to get within gate range of the Destiny. So they're jumping to all these different, And I put that on there. It looks very much like, what episode is that? If I can find it. The creature looks like that Star Wars beast that gets killed by Luke. What is it called?
The Rancor?
Yeah. It's sort of like a Rancor. Yeah.
I don't know. The Little Planet of Horror shop, like actually though.
Oh yeah, that was Clover. I wrote in big letters, "Plants attack."
That's when the note annotations are helpful.
Yeah.
You're like,
I think we had that as like the worst episode of season 2, Cloverdale.
I would say my best Chloe, the one I put down, talking about her being a damsel in distress at times, is kind of after she's found herself with all the Nakai stuff going on. And hey, I guess it is another Seeing Stone thing, is whenever the senator from Earth that worked with her dad comes to the Destiny.
Right.
And Plants vs. Zombies. Can someone make that a game, please? Like, that's actually hilarious, Arnold. I'm gonna think of it. I want to write that down. That's great.
Senator Michaels, that is her name.
Yes. Senator Michaels, and it's that everyone can, I guess, from that Earth perspective, Chloe is that damsel in distress. Oh, your dad had so many great plans for you. Oh, you were going to do so many different things. Oh, you could have been a different senator or a congresswoman or whatever, Chloe. You had so much potential here, and now you don't have any potential. It's a waste of life. And Chloe's like, screw off. Like, no, I'm doing more with this.
Kind of like, what else is she supposed to do?
It's like, okay, I could have done any of those things on Earth, sure.
Yeah.
But aren't you realizing you're in space right now? Like, that's one of those moments where it's like, kind of F off, dude. Or like, this is not the way to, come on. Like, this is something that, okay, there might be a couple dozen people on board this ship, but
they're
the only people in the universe that will ever be able to say they did something like that. If they ever get off. Like, I mean, but one way or another, the experiences and the information they're sending back to Earth are unfounded. They're just amazing. It's crazy. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Thank you. I've been up for 72 hours. I'm off before I crash. Have a great stream. I'll watch the playback after I've slept.
All right.
Thank you and good night, good sir. Good night, good sir. Come hang out with us sometime. The senator's daughter in space series. Chloe gets interesting after she's given an intelligence boost and becomes useful to the expedition. 1,000%. And that's when I feel like Scott just weighs her down. I would much rather Chloe just be Chloe at that point and say, hey, go back to James, Scott. Like, that makes more sense. and enjoy yourself, because all you're looking for is just someone to talk to. Like, it's not like all he's looking for, like, realistically.
Yeah, and they just kind of got together. They kind of got together to sort of comfort each other, and they just didn't need that later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they did, you know, like, I don't know. But before Melvin gets out of here, you got to do what he said. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't.
Yep.
It's your quest.
Quest gave you a quest. There you go.
Oh, I don't know if you noticed or not. I was wearing your Sci-Fi Quest T-shirt this past Sunday, Melvin. But anyway, Miss Chloe, that was our best scenes. Or did you say your best yet? Sorry.
That was my best. What I said.
Okay. That's right. The tick, and then I said the Cinder stuff. What would be your favorite Chloe scene?
Maybe the scene when Rush takes her to his little chalkboard tunnel hallway.
Oh, that's a great one.
You know, and he like erases the thing and is like, here, solve this problem. And she's able to do it. And that kind of shows how alien DNA or whatever is affecting her. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she figures out some calculation they need or something too. I don't remember what it was for, but
some very specific.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. There's several times you need a calculation for something. I don't remember in the
world. Rush or Eli, and then or Amanda Perry.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Chloe, for being the genius you become.
Somebody who just the Stanley said she gets interesting once she has intelligence.
Yes.
And she keeps it after they fix her too, which is interesting.
Which is nice. It's like, hey, once that's in your brain, we're not gonna just zap it out you.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of like the Nakai. Yeah, they want the destiny, but okay, it's now there's a bit of a truce to a degree, and you're like, all right, there's something here which could have been so cool for you.
I think it was the drones had entered, and they didn't want to get caught up with the drones, and like somehow fixing her, they were going to protect them from the drones or something. There was some deal. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah. I chose something similar. The way I wrote it was Chloe going full Nakai and sending a signal to the battlefield is whenever she just kind of gets in that little motion, she's totally half taken over by the Nakai, and she runs over and sends a plea for help, essentially, to the Nakai, which it's helpful and not, and helpful and not. But I think she does a really good job of having that face that you visibly see gets taken over, still retains enough of her own self, but also is definitely there's something else pulling the gears and marionetting from above inside her head right there.
Right.
But you still see it's her. But it's not. But it is. But it's not. But it is. But it's not completely. And she calls in the Nakai to help out. And I do love that a lot. What would be your favorite?
Wait. My favorite of hers. I think it might be that scene with Greer again, where they talk about how she's got to be, her side of that conversation is really good. It's the first time you really see her, I don't know, being real, being like not the damsel in distress, being like, I'm a part of this crew and this is a real thing I've got to face. I'm not just the senator's little girl anymore. As
she's kind of found her place within the crew, now she has to grapple with her own death, which is pretty imminent at that time.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a lot. But it's good. And she does a good job with it. Yeah. She's another one of those characters that didn't have a whole bunch to do for a good chunk of it, but when they gave her something to do, they gave her something to do. And, if there was a season 3, the long lost Stargate Universe Season 3. Could have been so cool. So cool.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some kind of conclusion to it at some point. Would be nice.
Give us something ancient. Yes. Drop it down. I don't know.
Yes. We need the planet builders to intervene.
Anybody, make it happen. Dr. Daniel Jackson, I need it. Come on, go hang out with Oma Dasala, and get her to stop fighting, just so we can get some.
Yeah,
simple as that. If we got to have some gold invade for a minute, it happens. We need more stars.
Right. We need to get Daniel to ascend again and have a little talk.
Someone put him in a life and death situation. Someone find Michael Spinks. Actually, don't do that. I did not call for that online. I didn't scratch that. You did not. Moving on. That did not happen. Strike that from the memory bank.
Okay.
Do not sue me, Michael Shanks. I'd love to work with you one day. Oops. Favorite or best for Telford? I'll be honest, I only wrote one down.
I'll go with my favorite, and that is the episode Resurgence. That's when, if you remember, he gets left behind on the ship with those. I wrote down the name of the aliens if I can find it. Whatever those aliens were that he stayed with.
I'm stealing that. That's my favorite as well. But
what are those aliens called?
They're not fishy like the Nakai, but they look a little more bug-like.
Oh my god, what are they called? Ursini. I found it.
Because we had so much fun talking about them, the Brownie Scouts. When we were doing our tier list, we had so much fun talking about the Ursini.
Yep. So anyway, Resurgence is the episode where it's the first time we encounter the drones, where they find the wreckage of like post-battle with all the wreckage of all the ships floating around in space, and there's still like active drone. They reactivate some drones that are there, and they're under attack. And Telford, he shows up with the seed ship and saves the day, and it's like cool moment. Yeah,
that's a great one. I forgot about it when thinking about all this, because I guess my head just went to all the Telford and Young stuff, and
I'll get there.
Oh, my eyes are rolling. Yeah. They are actually stopped. They are looped, just rolling for that entire thing. But LDP, Mr. Lou Diamond Phillips, is one of my favorite working actors for the last. Oh yeah,
he's good in it for sure.
For his entire existence on the screen, he has been one of my favorite working actors. I haven't been alive for half of it, but I've enjoyed every moment of it. Just do an animated film and get it over with. That is. That way you can bring back all the characters you want to put the story to bed. Yep.
Be nice.
Arnold, but of course I did. That's my favorite one.
Has there been like any like books or comics or anything about that? I don't think so. Maybe you should write one. Fan fiction. What happened to the Destiny?
I think there is a comic. SGU Conclusion comic is what I'm going to search. If I can spell conclusion right. Is there an official ending? Okay, we'll look at this afterwards because it might have to have a little searching. That'll be our end of the episode. We'll check it out.
Right. If not, right one. We've had that discussion. I think. What would we like? How would we like Universe to end? Anyway.
Well, see, the crazy thing is with everything going on now, all the ways I can see Universe ending is a way for a new show to start. I guess that's like the only way the brain wants to make it work right now.
Yeah.
But oh no, more Stargate.
Or somehow like the drones learn about Earth and they're traveling to Earth to attack.
Oh, that'd be maybe they get where the Destiny was programmed from and go to the source of programming or something like that.
Oh, right. The message in the center of the universe or whatever that is, the static, the structure.
I was thinking about Earth. They could go there too and be there waiting for the Destiny when the Destiny got there.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of little fun things. Well, okay. Then I guess I stole the favorite for Telford there because that was an excellent one. The Ursini are amazing. For best on Telford, not when he is being killed by Young and blasted out the airlock and taken out all his oxygen essentially, but the moments afterwards when he realizes, oh, I'm not brainwashed anymore. I have to tell these people what's going on. Oh, they don't trust me at all because now I'm telling them I was brainwashed. Obviously, they knew something was up to some degree, but it's a layered performance, and you get to see Lou Diamond Phillips be LDP, and I love it. I love it. Good, some really good little moments there.
Yeah. I think mine was pretty similar. Yeah, the moments after he's no longer brainwashed and how he has to kind of grapple with knowing the things that he's done while he was brainwashed. Like he was watching himself do these things was interesting. There's definitely a funny moment, like when a certain thing is happening and the stones glitch. But we'll save that for funny moments, maybe.
Yeah, we've got worst and funny scenes after we do Stargate Origins, and then Infinity. Will be fun. Will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Peter saying, check out Neural Derp, Star Trek The Next Generation parody song. Picard with a mullet is hilarious.
Okay.
Oh, turns out they just needed to put the sat nav on, David. Yeah, okay, well, that's Telford. Telford's awesome. When he can be. I don't know. LDP is awesome. Telford took a moment. He's probably my least favorite Lou Diamond Phillips character, if I'm being honest. But I grow to like him over time because he's LDP. You can't not have a great performance eventually, even if there's some I wouldn't say crummy writing, but soap opera writing or whatever, like. But now that we've got all our minor players down, I guess not minor. Everyone's pretty major in their own part, but I guess the three most major are Rush, Eli, and Young. If you like Rush and Eli, should probably be our final two.
Yeah.
And so it's time. It's fitting for it to be after Telford. Let's cross those seeing stones in the eyes of Everett Young. What was your favorite and what was your best scene from him, and where should we start, you feel?
Well, my favorite moment is the moment when he knows that Telford's been brainwashed and locks him in the room, and they let the air out of the room and basically like kill him to to erase the brain, to stop the brainwashing or reset his brain or whatever. That's kind of badass. He does it, and everybody's yelling at him like, how can you do this? Oh my God. It's horrible. And there's kind of a Brody moment there too, because he basically makes Brody be the one to push the button to like start it happening.
It's intense. He's you do this right now. You don't have do what I say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And scientist doesn't necessarily want to follow military rules at that point of time either. Yeah.
No, and he really hesitates to do it, and they're like, you can't do that. But then it's like, but he doesn't really explain why he's doing it, so everybody's freaking out. And then after it happens, everybody's like, oh, okay.
It's like, good call. You could have told us. Like, you could have used words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Young. Yeah, my favorite Young scene. I joked about it but I think it is him just being unconscious on the floor for the most of Air Part 1, or unconscious in a bed for most of Part 2 of Air Part 2. Yeah. It was the most peaceful, I think, the Destiny ever was, even if it wasn't peaceful at all in those moments. Matthew Scott was a much better leader in those moments than I think Young is for the entirety of the rest of the series. So yeah, that was my favorite, which is kind of bad, but because I love the actor. Louis Ferreira, I think is his name. I might be wrong.
I think that sounds right.
I think it sounds right. I'm just fingers crossed. Correct me if I'm not right, y'all. But great actor. I just don't like the way the character was written at all. He is. Yeah. I like King Joffrey more than I like Young.
I don't think Young's that bad. I think he's a very flawed character for sure.
Which
he's
not
entertaining to watch in that leader, but he's just, the leader they have. I don't know. He does get challenged on more than one occasion.
He does, and he has a lot of really good character moments, and I think the character over time would have been a pretty damn good character. I think I just like Joffrey more because Joffrey at least mentally has a reason to be doing what he's doing. He's a complete asshole, of course, but he's a king that does all this. He doesn't know who his real papa is sometimes, so it's a little confusing for him.
Right.
You don't feel bad for him, but in his death, you're like, I'm glad this is happening. But he was always a pawn. He didn't really make his own choices. Young makes all of his own choices. I don't feel bad for Young for most of anything.
No, you don't feel bad for him because it's like, okay, you're the one that chose to have an affair and get, the woman you're having an affair with pregnant, and then now you want your wife back. With the woman. It's like,
while you may
I kind of agree with his wife being like, screw you.
Yeah, I'm out. Oh, you're stuck in space with the woman you got pregnant. Oh no.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Yeah.
What would you do? No, like, come on.
Yeah.
Stanley brings up a great point. After Young kills Riley and he's in his quarters crying the first time, the military man really cracks.
Yeah.
I think he was cracking from the get-go, and then that just pushed him off a cliff a little bit, honestly.
Right. Well, they do show him. I mean, there's several episodes where he's like super depressed and drinking and like not really leading. The ship itself picks up on how bad he's doing and shuts down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, no, that would be my favorite moment there. Oopsie daisy.
My favorite Young moment is it's an episode called The Greater Good, and they come upon this wrecked alien ship, and Rush and him decide to pop over and investigate the ship, and this is where everyone else finds out that he's unlocked the master code over and has been in control of the ship for a while now. So everybody gets really pissed off about that, and there's a scene where Young and Rush, like, they basically get into a fist fight about it. Rush gets so pissed off. They get into a huge fist fight about it. And then they settle down and they kind of sit there and they finally like really hash it out between them. And things are better between them after that point. But they really hash out their differences and why they're frustrated with each other, why they hate each other, whatever it is. They get it all out in that episode, and they have a better relationship after that. It's really good scene. The two of them, Rush and Young, like hashing it out.
Yeah, no, if I were to actually choose a favorite scene, that would be up there. It would be one of the Rush and Young arguing with each other scenes. That would probably be the best one, just because of the story overarching into that moment. But I do like a lot of the other arguing scenes as well, just because they get at each other, and they get at each other well too.
Yeah, they do.
But I just couldn't help saying his unconscious body on the floor for a while.
No, I get it. I mean, he's anyway, a flawed character. Like I said before, he's just a flawed character. There's things you like about him. There's things you don't like about him. It's just kind of like he is what he is, and he's kind of doing the best he can in the situation.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know about the best he can.
Well,
that's Scott. That's
why
I don't like Young. Peter cracks me up. I meant Young, not Telford. I don't think I would have enjoyed SU if it wasn't for Rush. I didn't like Young at all. I'm with you. not for. I think I like a lot of the other aspects outside of Young.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never disliked a character like I dislike Young. I do not know why. Like I said, I like Joffrey more than him. I don't know why. Like, David, if you were having a kid with TJ, you'd be drinking too. Oh God. Lordy. I think the best though would be that Young essentially killing Telford for a moment and all that scene though. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But he's got some good scenes. That would have been a character that would have been fun to get to like over time.
Yeah.
Because he would have cracked a little bit down the road as well and probably reverted back to some of the ways he'd been.
Mm-hmm.
But where Scott is good about doing the best he can as often as possible.
Right.
Young wants to. He just can't bring himself to most of the time.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see himself finally get something to hold on to, I guess, and have some actual good character development with him. Because that Rush scene with him, I think, is the only good character development you get from him.
Yeah.
Because the only other development you get is really, okay, TJ, I'll leave you alone. It's the only other development you get from him, essentially.
Right.
Because Varro's there for TJ 1,000% more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't Young in the Saw franchise? Was he? Maybe. But yeah, Louis Ferreira is awesome, but he's only had guest roles since SGU. Him and Shogun, I loved the 2 little episodes he popped up in, or 3 episodes, whatever it was. He was awesome in it. He just, Young was just written in such a way that, damn, it didn't kill his career, but it didn't help it. And it's another reason why I guess Universe didn't continue and further the way we might all have wished it would.
Right.
Well, as always, Young is the Debbie Downer of everything.
Yeah.
So let's get into the fun ones. The 2 most likable, the 2 most interesting. Eli and Rush. Who should we start it out with and who should we end it with?
End with Rush, because he's the best.
Good. That's what I was hoping you'd say. I was like, it makes sense either way, but I was just interested in. I was like, what? Who is she gonna say? I'm glad you said Rush. He's the man.
Very true, David. Midlife crisis all the way. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay, Sarah. Everybody's excited. You said Rush at the end. Okay. Because we're in no rush to get to Rush. Rush deserves all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Now, Eli Wallace. Should we go favorite or the best scene first, you feel?
Well, favorite, the first thing that comes to my mind, I struggled with Eli because, again, he's one of those that's like has a lot of good moments, but is there one kind of difficult?
There's a couple, I think.
I think the one when him and Brody find the stasis pods and Brody like steps in one and, well, it turns out it's Rush like fucking with them, but you know how like Eli freaks out about Brody. He turns the stasis on and he's like, oh my god, what did I do? And trying to like hide the fact that there's a problem while Rush the whole time knows what's going on.
Yeah, he's just
this is
it was light. Like that showed when Stargate Universe was getting just a little lighter.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, my favorite Eli. I almost chose it for best, but there's just a couple little more. I think there's 2 or 3 scenes that just supersede it in best. But that final scene, the scenes, the ending of the show and series.
Yep, with him just standing there looking out. Yeah.
Oh, they're melancholy and beautiful and like still hopeful in a way, because there's that almost like maybe somebody will pick us up, and you just hope, even though it's been so long. When I watch that scene, I feel like I'm watching Anakin and Revenge of the Sith again. I'm like, he's not gonna do it this time. He's not gonna do it. So, get Palpatine, not Mace, And then I'm like, Eli, just someone's gonna pick this up. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. Season 3. No, it's not coming. It's not coming anytime soon, sadly. But no, I feel like the ending was just beautiful. For the moments with Rush as well, with Eli right beforehand.
Right. Yeah.
Particularly with Eli.
And there is a good young scene there too, where they're all sitting around the table, just eating whatever food is left, because it's just going to go bad anyway or whatever.
That's probably my actual.
He does this really nice toast at the end there. That's good.
That is whenever you can see that want for something there, and you're like, come on, young. You could have made so many better choices. Like right then, you're like, come on, man. It's one of those little moments. So good.
Yep.
Best Eli scene though. I put down kind of a cheat, kind of like a 1.5, 2 scenes ish. It's I think the final scenes between Eli and Jin, and then whenever Eli gets to, I guess when Jin's in the holodeck or whatever you call it, inside of the Destiny, and Eli's able to see her that kind of like one more time, hear her one more time, I guess. I think those are his best moments, because it's doing everything that the show has tried to do with TJ and Varro, with TJ and Young, with Scott and James, with Scott and Chloe, and with Greer and Park, all the relationship moments, as great as they are, with Amanda Perry and Rush, all of them. I think Greer and Varro and Park and TJ have the better relationship moments after this, but I think that's the best relationship moment on the entire show.
Right.
Why are you beating up on Young? I don't like the way he's written, man. He's not my favorite. He's my least favorite. He loved Young. Oh, sorry, Joe.
I like Young more than you do, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know. There are other characters I really don't like in TV. I just think he's one of the ones I like to really dislike. And I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me one day. I'll be able to explain it better. But yeah, I feel like the Jin and Eli moments were beautiful in every kind of sense of the term for the show, within what the show is putting forth. And I appreciate that. When the show is so dark, even then those moments are very dark, but it's one of those things where you only see the light in the darkest moments, and that was one of those little, all right, we got a little candle on right here. What would be your best Eli?
Oh, my turn now, right?
Yeah. What would be your best Eli?
There's a few Eli things. There's one where Chloe is shot and he has to carry her through, like, they end up transporting to this other part of the ship, and he's got to carry her like through half the ship or whatever, and she has that gunshot wound and all that. That's kind of good. There's also when Eli travels back to visit his mom, but his mom doesn't know it's him.
Yeah.
And she's in the hospital and like she's refusing treatment or whatever because she's all depressed about Eli being gone and not talking to her. And, you know, he has this kind of touching moment where he sits down with her and, you know, talks about all this stuff. And he tries to tell her the truth and she just thinks he's a crazy person.
Yeah. Like,
and then they end up a place where they actually did good with the communication stones. They allowed his mom to use the stones and see him on the Destiny, which was cool. But it's kind of a touching moment, you know, where he's really kind of having heart to heart with his mom and about what's going on. And it was a good little scene.
Yeah, you can tell he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eli. Now, I don't know what Jamie would say about David Blue, but Eli, we love the guy. We love some Eli. Indeed.
Eli. Anyway, yeah.
Indeed. All right. Well, that brings us to our finale of these characters here.
There's a lot with Rush. It's hard to pick one single favorite best. There's just lots of them.
Before we finish out, Varro's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think Simeon's pretty cool, but those are the only other two characters that get depth outside of maybe Jen and Amanda Perry a little bit.
Yeah. The chasing down Simeon episode on that desert planet or whatever is one of the better episodes of the whole series. That's really good. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And how Rush kills Simeon, that's a good moment too.
Come on, just Rush anything and everything. Just Robert Carlyle could be in every movie and I would be perfectly fine with it. Perfectly fine. Is this the Rush Hour?
Yes.
That it is. I put Rush in Rush Hour. Please give me Carlyle and Rush Hour 4. Ego of Rush going to 9 chevrons. Rush's ego will bring us 14 chevrons. I don't know what's going to be at 14 chevrons, but something will. We'll find a way. He'll bring us right to the planet builders.
Okay. Yeah, because he wants to fulfill the destiny to find the signal or the source of the signal or whatever. And they kind of suggest his whole reason of going to the destiny and stuff was trying to, I don't know, like his wife's death. I wrote this down somewhere. His wife's death affects him so much that he's trying to seek out more what's beyond. And so he's all into like wanting to seek this out. And there's a few scenes where it's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be trying to get all these people back to Earth, not do your little side quest the destiny wants, you know?
Oh no, yeah, he's
yeah.
Him and the Destiny are lock in step. The crew not so much. Oh, I loved Young and Rush over 9 chevron fight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Should we do our best scenes and end with our favorite? Or should we do our favorites and then end with the best of Rush?
Let's do favorites first.
Okay. What would be your favorite Rush?
What do I pick? What did I have down here? Well, I love the episode Human because we get Daniel Jackson, even though it's like his memory of Daniel Jackson, actually, because he's sitting in the chair and remembering. But yeah, there's a great scene of him and Daniel in his office that's got, you know, covered in paper and like crazy personness. And he's trying to figure out the formula. And there's a thing where it's like, he's talking to Daniel. He's like, what's the date today? Like in the dream thing or in the simulation, it was like April 6th. So he writes April 6th on the board and then races it and puts 4-6. And then Daniel makes a Hitchhiker's Guide joke that it's not 42. It's funny. And there's another great scene in that episode too, where, you know, his wife, where we get to see him, you know, he's sitting with his wife when she's dying and she's talking to him. That's a pretty heavy scene.
Carlisle.
Yeah. So I think that episode is my favorite for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Those are great. Those are so good. I think just because I'm such a Rush person, I like me old crazy Rush. When there's two Rushes, I think is my favorite, because that's when you get to kind of really get inside of the head of Rush, not for the first time necessarily, but you get to Rush talking to Rush makes Rush see how Rush ticks.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I got some things I need to kind of maybe work on a little bit. Should I work on them though? Because actually they're helpful. He gets to both see what he needs to change about himself, but also in those moments, he's like, well, those things that I probably should change are helping keep us alive. Let me double down a little bit in some things as well. And it's not like a grappling thing that he's got to do, but it's very much, I'm kind of jealous. It'd be a moment to spend some time with yourself and learn about yourself. And in this type of scenario, especially with Rush being like the genius he is, he gets to see himself work, which, that only boosts his ego. But it's just so entertaining with Carlisle, I guess, with Robert Carlisle doing it. He just does it in such a good way. Okay, these are the same people. Like these same people. There's not much of a difference. There's no, all right, alternate dimension Rush coming in cool with glasses like Rodney would or something like that. But this is Rush being Rush, and it's just a great character moment for both sets of the character, I guess, but particularly the Rush that we know and love hate sometimes,
he loves hate. Well, he's such an arrogant jerk, but then later I think you understand him more, and you get to see, how he is with Amanda. Kind of shows more gentle side. That scene, like I was talking about, with when his wife dies. So he does have those kind of softer moments. But I think my favorite probably Rush scene is, when he kills Simeon, how he sets off those explosives to cause that stampede of, I don't know, space buffaloes or whatever they were, and like tramples it. That was just badass. And it was just, using your brains to accomplish, well, he just wanted to kill the guy. But,
one of those things, smarter, not harder.
It was just work smarter, not harder. It was like, and just, that was just great.
It's so
setup.
Part of me wanted Simeon to go on just a little bit longer because he was a good little minor villain. Oh, but it's so cool. It's so good. It's I guess it's not cool to see someone get trampled over, but it was kind of cool to get somebody get trampled over just a little bit. I don't know. I don't know.
No, and just that Rush is the kind of guy that would murder somebody for revenge.
Yeah. Oh.
That's like kind of a bit of a character thing.
You're like,
yeah.
And I don't know if he would have done that from the get-go of the show either. I think there's one moment that, and I think it's a minor thing, but Carlisle is such a good actor. It's in Air, is whenever Greer is pointing the gun at a little pistol at Rush, and Rush is like, "You're not going to shoot me," and like pushes back on him. And Greer, punches him and pushes him back down. And is like, "Don't try me." And then, literally, as Rush gets back down to start doing some more stuff, that's when he just kind of kicks over Rush, and that's when you see Greer can be pretty damn intense sometimes. But at that moment, I think Rush was like, "These people are not on my side, and I will do what I need to do." I think that was a little bit of a snap in him. Much more minor snap, because we see Rush's snaps over time, more so than that like immediate snap. He doesn't have very many like, "It's going down right now, guys." It's right. It's that elongated over time.
And they kind of have that thing of like, is he a good guy or a bad guy? More like earlier on in the show, is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of pent up anger. Oh, Simeon loves Rush ego and Simeon's ego, and Rush out thought Simeon. Yes, Joe.
Yep.
Now Rush's, I think his best scene is when he actually finds the chair, and you get to see how much he actually cares for the mission rather than that. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Who does he have in his thoughts when he has when he does the actions he does? And you see that it's more than just him. It's not him. It might not be for the rest of the crew, but he believes in this mission, and although the rest of the crew might want to get home, he understands he can't do this without them. And I think it's that moment shows what all of them have to grapple with over time. I almost want to say Melinda May so many times, but Camille Ray, excuse me, she grapples with it a lot early on, just, going to be paralyzed as Amanda Perry for a little bit, also going back and seeing the beach or the boat and all those different things. And oh my God, we're never going to get back to Earth. We probably won't ever get back to Earth. There's no way we're ever going to do that.
Right.
If that's the case, work together to achieve a unified goal, which is the Destiny's mission. And Rush understands that. No one else seems to.
Right.
It's in that moment where Rush is like, you understand some of the trickery he has to go through. Because he might not be the smartest guy there because Eli's there. Yeah. Chloe now has this insane math ability, so when it comes to mathematics and arithmetic, yes, Chloe might outdo Rush as well.
Right.
But when it comes to being one of the smartest people on the ship, I think he's also the wisest person on the ship. And he's not necessarily the wisest person in the world because he can be a little irrational at times, but he's the wisest person on that ship, maybe outside of Ray. And then you see that he understands that even if everybody else isn't on board, they will be eventually. He knows they have no other choice than to be on board, and he's going to do what the Destiny needs to have done, no matter what. He's making the right decision. He actually kind of cares for the group of people there more than they would ever like to admit to, because he's actually caring for their well-being over the long run rather than give them hope that they'll find a way back home again.
He's very much like, I'm going to do what needs to be done. I don't really give a crap what you think about it or how your feelings, because this is the reality of what we need to do, what this mission is. We're never getting back to Earth. Why don't we just give that up and I'll get on board with doing what the Destiny's mission is, which is a bigger, greater thing that affects the whole universe or whatever,
Yeah, it's that all of humanity kind of thing. And then way more. It's so cool. It's you saw Fantastic Four, right? We've already talked about Fantastic Four. It's kind of like Franklin in a way, it's like, hey, this is for the good of everybody. It'd probably be in the best interest to stay on the Destiny and keep sending information back, find what needs to be found. We understand the ancients to a degree, help us understand more. And holy hell, now there's some planet builders. What are these things? We're grappling with a lot of existence kind of stuff here. There's no one as dedicated as Rush to that, and I feel like it encapsulates all of what he's been thinking the entire series in those moments.
And he's trying to get everybody on board with it, and they're just not seeing the vision, and it's frustrating and irritating to him.
Yeah,
like,
what do you
just so much smarter than everybody else, except for those 2 or 3 other people.
But they don't have the wisdom to put with it because they're younger They're like literally my age right now in space. It's like, okay, yeah, you might have a decent head on your shoulders, but you don't have the experiences to maybe make the best, most informed decision all the time. Rush brings that to the table, and people don't like it, but it's so good. Anyway, that's me gushing about Rush for a little bit. That was my Rush gush.
Well, he's, it's all about, I mean, it'd be cool to kind of narrow it down more to a smaller group, with him. And I don't know if you want to keep Young, but it just always seems to be like him and Young as the central.
Him and Young or him and Eli. It's boom, boom, or boom, boom. Yeah. It's like it's the opposite of a love triangle. It's a little hate triangle.
Hate triangle, yeah. Well, I mean, by the end, though, I think Rush does change. I think he opens up a little more. He softens a bit. He kind of, like he doesn't, earlier on, he doesn't want to really say anything good about Eli because then I think he feels like it would be diminishing himself.
He's going to feel small.
Eli. But I think he kind of loses that over time, and he does at the end kind of be like, look, I've been an asshole to you, but actually you're really smart and you figured this out when I didn't, and I'm cool with that.
And he asked for his help once or twice.
Which was like, you could tell was like a big moment.
Well, and
he's probably never had to ask for help before.
I guess it was one of those asks was almost to Russia's envious of Eli. Agreed, Stanley's. Very much so. But one of those helps was, a little kind of help me, not Young, in a way as well. And it's kind of a decision making of, okay, now he's actually asking for my help. Young has kind of had my back more often, but look at him, is kind of his thought process.
Right.
Rush is the one with logic. He's the one thinking the furthest ahead. Eli knows that, and eventually it's like, okay, he's asking for my help. The smartest guy on board is asking for my help. Wait, I'm the smartest guy. That's why he's asking for my help. Let's do it,
Right. Yeah. And Eli starts, I think, getting Rush's vision of what he's doing and why he's doing it. I think Eli's kind of starting to see it. Figure it out. And
so good. I actually think Rush is my second favorite Stargate character.
Yeah. He's definitely up there. Yeah.
If he would have been sprinkled in the other series at all, or if we would have gotten a Stargate Command, or Atlantis would have continued, just sprinkle a little Rush in there, and I would have been a happy man, happy camper.
Or even like he was a professor, like maybe it would have been interesting. Like he helped solve something with Stargate Command or whatever. Which
I guess it is kind of funny because you can guess my favorite character. I think we've all talked about him a lot as Dr. Professor or Professor Dr. Daniel Jackson.
Yes.
And those two just feel like they embody what Stargate is meant for. More so than most of these other characters, although there's so many great characters.
Yeah. Lots of good characters. As we are learning.
What? We only had 12 to talk about today. Excuse me, 13 because we wrote 12 or 2 in together. Yeah. And we did talk about Simeon and Varro a little bit about them as well. So
yeah, and we didn't even get into like Jin, or however you pronounce her name. Jin, I think.
And Jin as well. Jin's so good.
Yeah.
And Jin's right as well. No one trumps Ware and John and Taylor. They're also all great.
Yeah.
But I feel like and Rodney and Keller. I mean, SGA is my favorite of the 3, I think. But Rush just embodies what Stargate's about. Just like Dr. Daniel Jackson does. Dr. Nicholas Rush.
Yeah.
They're up there.
He is a doctor, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
They don't really.
They
just say Rush all the time. They never call him Dr. Rush. Like on SG1, it was Hammond was always like Dr. Jackson,
Dr. Jackson.
Yeah. I think they just kind of dispense with titles at that point.
Well, I like that they do it with Rush because it shows how little the rest of the crew respects him. But as we see time and time again, whether he's being an asshole or not,
right?
The only reason he does everything is because he respects and cares for the people of the crew. He's like, even though you don't understand what I'm doing, I care about you enough to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like it's definitely not the approach that most people are used to when it comes to someone showing care.
Yeah.
But you see that Rush does care about everybody. He's
right. He just can't be bothered with trying to explain it. It's like I get this, like he's on this whole higher level than the average person. He just doesn't want to bother with having to like sort of lower himself to explain it. He's just like, I'm doing the thing I got to do. I don't have time to explain it.
Yeah, he's a kind of a different left field kind of reference here, but in Mythic Quest on Apple TV, the guy that made It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's his other show on Apple TV. He plays a character named Ian Grimm, but Ian he goes by because it's a little bit more hoity-toity kind of deal, you know?
Yeah.
And him and this other lady named Poppy are the leaders, essentially, of a video game company. She is the coder who can actually build the game, but she can't come up with a good idea to save her life.
Right.
Ian is Mr. Big Picture over here, like, I can't bother to be coded. Don't make me do that. No. I'll tell you what needs to be put in there. Then I'm going to go have myself a smoothie, go on my farm with the yaks back there, and then go on a yacht club party later tonight. I'll be back with more ideas tomorrow.
Right.
Rush feels like that larger-than-life character that's like, I can't be bothered with coding. Volker Brody, there you go. Have some fun. I'm going to go over here. If I have a serious question, need some serious help, we got Chloe and Eli over here, you know?
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Random reference, but I think it worked. I don't know if I agree about Rush, Joe says. Yeah, hey, to each their own, and thankfully Stargate gives us so much. I think a lot of people would probably agree. Sarah and I have talked about it.
Yeah.
Daniel Jackson's your favorite as well, right?
Yeah.
I think he's probably your most easily attachable kind of person, but you can't tell me a good chunk of the Stargate audience wouldn't be like Teal'c or give me Carter, you know, like everyone's favorites are
or Jack or Neil. Yeah, everybody. A lot of people it's O'Neill.
And then was it you, Joe, or was it Peter saying a minute ago? I just remember it was purple text on here. All the SGA people. Yeah. There's some my favorite characters as well, you know?
Yep.
Shepard, come on. Just
it's kind of like almost more developed SG-1 characters in a way.
In SGA, totally. We talked about that. It's like 10 seasons of SG-1, 5 seasons of SGA. All of the SG-1 characters have themselves represented in their specific like team stances within SGA, and then SGA feels like they just work it in a little bit more fluidly.
Don't you feels like the same universe, which is good. Whereas like SGU has such a different feel to it, but
it's definitely in the same universe, but it's the feel is just that tone is not there. It's
right.
It's as dank and dark as the Destiny as you're trying to figure out what's around the next corner. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
David just asked, don't y'all think Robert Carlyle would make a great Doctor Who?
He could, if you're going for like an old cantankerous version of the Doctor, which could be.
I've never seen Doctor Who. I would say yes, but also I've never seen.
Yeah.
But a little cantankerous would be fun. He just plays. God, I have a much darker view of Rush, especially in the beginning of the show, even towards the end of season 2 when he tests the stasis pods. He's risking Brody's life, overly pragmatic to a fault.
Yeah.
What else can he be? Like that's one of the complicated aspects of Rush's.
But he's being real too. It's like we're in this situation. we got to take shortcuts and not, we can't do everything perfectly ethically. It's like, I need to test this. But in a way, he was sort of playing a joke on Brody and Eli too, because he told them not to mess around with it, and they did anyway. And so he was kind of teaching them a lesson. But yeah, it could have killed Brody, but they needed to be tested. They had to do it. So it's not like the nice way, and you're putting someone's life at risk, but he's very pragmatic in the sense of like, this is a situation that we're in. This is what needs to be done. I'm not afraid to do it. And
it's almost, I mean, it's not comical, but it's kind of like, it's a lighter moment as well, which I feel like Rush knew in a way. I feel like that was one of those things that is a little bit more premeditated. Obviously, Rush knew what they were going to go do. He can think, all right, I can try to convince somebody myself to go get one of these pods, and then everybody's going to hate me even more. Everyone's going to be upset with me. I'm trying to get somebody to go put their life at risk.
Yeah.
Let Eli be fun-loving Eli, walk someone around and test the thing that we're going to have to test anyway. One way or another, we have to test it. There are only so many people on board that would be okay to test this.
Yeah.
And Brody's at the bottom of the totem. He's one of the ones at the bottom of the totem pole in that sense. I hate to say it. And none of the Lucian Alliance folk left are going to go do that. They're not. And if they did, guess what? We got a little battle on board the ship again. It was the only reasonable, and to use the word pragmatic, option he had. But yeah, he can be overly pragmatic to a fault. But in that sense, I feel like that was just, it was logic, but it was he wouldn't risk testing the pod himself, so he set up Eli and Brody, so he knows it's risky. Who's going to be there? If literally only Eli and him could run the pods in the stasis system, it was going to be one of them that was going to be left out of stasis one way or another. He didn't have options. He would have either made himself the villain again to the whole group after ingratiating himself finally with the group to a degree, or have a laugh and do it in the most lighthearted way possible, while also getting to test an experiment.
Yep.
It's pragmatic, but it's also the most human approach. Which shows the writing could have gotten even better, and we could have gotten so much with season 3.
I know. It just made me sad because there's, again, like I said, there's the group that traveled back 2,000 years and created this whole other galaxy of humans that have developed over the past 2,000 years. And just exploring that would be interesting. You could introduce new characters. You could switch out characters as they run into different people on different planets or whatever. And just see how they would defeat the drones finally, somehow. And it just felt like it was just, they were just setting up for something like it to really start launching into something really good. And it just, nope. Sucks.
Yeah, I know. It's like, come on. Just right when SG1 could have turned into a different show and had a lot of more fun with itself. Yeah. Right when SGA could have kept going. Right when SGU could have brought something like truly new and also brought not reverted back to, brought the tone people were wanting, alongside a new story that brings new tones and new atmospheres, quite literally, to the show and the series as a whole. Like, right as everything good happens, they just rip it off. Come on, all the overlords of MGM. What's going on? What has been going on? Obviously, money stuff back in the day, but come on, we need something going on nowadays. Yeah. No-Go said he could not have done that. They didn't need the pods yet, did they? One way or another, they were going to need them soon. They were
I don't know if at that point in the story they knew they were going to have to do it at that point. I think they were just, I think they wanted to know that they were working, because maybe, again, Rush thinking light years ahead of everyone else, he may have seen like, oh, this might be a thing that we have to do in the future. Be good to know we have this option.
Yeah.
Joe's
also asking, I'm kind of question how if Rush dies in stasis, or Eli would regret Rush having sacrificed for the crew. Could you just clarify the question a little bit? Kind of confused with the way it's worded, either one of them. But is there an official accepted ending to Stargate Universe? Let me go ahead and bring this thing up, because we were going to look this up.
I got to get going here in a few minutes, but we can do this.
Oh, yeah. Let's cut it off before 2 hours so we can get some clips out of it. Are we showing the page? Because we'll try to get out of here within the next 5 minutes. Has refused to divulge the planned ending to SGU, even to other producers. Either he wants to keep it on standby for a late conclusion to SGU, adapt it for a different project in the future, or he was lying about knowing how he was going to end it.
Yeah.
What about the comics? I think those kind of brought it to a conclusion. The comics sucked.
I guess there was comics. Okay. I didn't say that they were good, but somebody did write something.
Okay. And maybe it doesn't contradict the timeline. The timeline's still perfectly intact. My point is that your point is pointless. I love this.
He's one of my most favorite Stargate characters also.
Who hurts worse, Eli or Rush dying in the void of stasis?
In stasis, who would...
Oh,
it'd be worse. Which would be worse for the Destiny, Eli or the crew or whatever? Eli or Rush dying?
If for the Destiny, Rush dying.
Oh, yeah.
Eli just comes in clutch whenever somebody can't think of something. He doesn't have much to do outside of that.
Right.
He literally just wanders around the ship. Like,
yeah.
Right,
Rush, like, that would hurt the most, because he's got the vision and the understanding. He kind of gets the Destiny. They were just kind of starting to tap into the thing of like the ship sort of gets to know the people on its crew. Like the ship and the people kind of integrate or something. They were just kind of starting to touch on that, and it'd be interesting to have gotten more of that.
Right when you have Franklin, Jen, Amanda Perry, you have three people in there, like all three smart people that are capable. I mean, it would become a very, I wouldn't say different show, but a little bit more complex in a few different ways, and it would have been really fun to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we jump out of here, our laundry list, our housekeeping for the week, I'm not really sure what to tell you. I'm about to go out of town for a few weeks, and we're about to figure out exactly how these next couple weeks are going to go. And we will keep you posted as we figure that out. So keep your eyes on the community tab, the community page on SciTrek itself. And in the meantime, go check out Sarah's new channel.
There's nothing
down here at the bottom.
I have an intro video, and well, if you want to know the kind of music I'm into, I have a playlist on there. Hopefully I'm getting some content going soon once kids are back in school and life kind of gets more back to normal. We'll get some more stuff on there.
Yeah. Check out Stormy and Sarah's new channels. Of course, hang out on Tachyon Post for a little bit, and we'll keep you posted over the next couple weeks.
Yep.
Thank y'all for hanging. It's been a fun one.
Yes, it has.
Universe is funky. A little funky. But it's a good funky.
Yeah. It has its moments.
Yeah. How to find? It is Sarah _6226 down there at the bottom.
Yeah. Not much to see, but you can check out my music, the music I like mostly. That's what it is.
Well, good night to everybody. Good morning to everybody on this side of the world. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your week, rest of the day, weekend, all the above. We appreciate y'all, and we will see you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Adios, y'all.